I was doing real estate at the time in the Silicon Valley, San Jose, California. That's where I used to live, just traditional real estate. And I was doing great at the time. So I invested in two homes that I had at the time and everything. But when the economy changed, actually, I lost everything. I lost those two houses. It was a good...
Hello and welcome to the Dream Start Own podcast, the path to own your time. I'm your host, Edgar, the connector, and today we have Carlos Torres Garzon. Welcome.
Thank you, Edgar. Pleasure to be here, brother.
Thank you for being here. I had your partner, Matt Starr, on here, and he speaks highly of you, and I've heard so many great things about the stuff you're doing, and I'm excited to have you on here, man.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, appreciate it. It was great. And it's been good to meet you and know you at the gatherings in the Owners Club. And also last time I saw you, the Golden Ticket, when we did a presentation about a deal that we were doing in multifamily. That was a great time, go and do the meetups and things like that. So it was a pleasure to meet you, brother. And very honored to be here.
Yeah, man, that's appreciate you. DealMaker, you guys knocked it out of the ballpark. I just got it completely funded, 100%. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That's quite a wild story, to be honest, because we had somebody who wanted to be like majority LP, like he wants to have more control, and he was thinking to do the whole thing, the $400,000 that we wanted to raise, and 398 to be exact. We raised in 6 days, $200,000. And so he said, like, well, this time I'm just going to come and put the difference. So instead of have to put all this, I feel comfortable to do this like the half, and then we can actually do other deals together. And then we thought we were closing the raise that evening. That's what we set it up. And we just let it go. We just like, okay, we have 405,000. So just a little bit over than what we were supposed to do. And we're thinking that was it. And then next time in the morning, we wake up, and then the raise showed $750,000. We almost double the raise of what we wanted to do. And really thankful for the community to trust us and, be able to see like what we were bringing into the table. And we wanted to bring a lot of value at this deal that we pretty much give 70% to the investors. So with a 9% return, a preferred return. So it was quite a deal for any investor who came in with us and saw the value.
That's amazing. 750,000 out of 400,000. I missed out. I wanted to participate in that because the returns were amazing. My money's all deployed right now. I'm waiting for something to get paid back. It's, real estate investors, right?
I know that happened. We got a few people who told us exactly the same thing, but guess what? We have things coming. So, you may have a chance to have something else. We have things on the oven that are happening, big deals. Something incredible opportunities like the one we just have right now. This is closing on the 31st of May. So we just literally around 3 weeks for us to close. And then we just got in contract with another deal that we're going to talk about it later, but we are writing the final contract. We got accepted the LOI and something, but this is something big. So I'm so happy for that. Matt definitely is the one who's running point on that. And he is, as you notice, as such a smooth negotiator. He brought this opportunity we just closed. And Stevensville is bringing this other opportunity for us. So it seems like we're going to start to play with the big guys. And I'm really, really excited about it. I don't want to talk too much about it yet because, but you are the ones that right now you're getting the spoon. Nobody else knows that this is coming. But, yeah.
Wonderful. We'll come back to it to see how people can partner up with you later on in the podcast. Drop a comment if you want to find out how to invest with Carlos and with Matt, and then hopefully I become a partner on this one as well. Where are you based out of right now, Carlos?
Okay, I'm in Los Angeles, California, brother. I've been here since 2009, so coming to 16 years now. 2008, 2009, yeah. I moved a little bit after things. You remember the recession that we had in 2007, 8? That's when I was doing real estate at the time in the Silicon Valley, San Jose, California. That's where I used to live, just traditional real estate. And I was doing great at the time. I had two homes, invest in two homes that I had at the time and everything. But when the economy changed, actually, I lost everything. I lost those two houses. And it was a good, it was a really hard moment for me. I seeing reality and how things work in the market. And and how exposed I was, and I was not even I was not able to see that at the time. It took me a while to get back into real estate. Got a scar, to be honest. Just until like the pandemic happened and everything, I started to decide to then maybe I would like to look more into that again. And I found the community of Subto and Pace Morby, Jamil, and and everybody in the community are like talking about creative real estate and creative finance. And that was something that opened my eyes and decided to start to double back into this world of real estate, just with the twist of being creative. When it's a good thing to me that happened when all this in 2007, because it was kind of like it humbled me very much. At that time I was younger and maybe a little like ego or something. I was just feeling like I was on top of the world. I was making like $250,000 a year in 2008. That's quite a money. And I was like acquired 2 homes, and things were well. I think everybody was doing good at that time, right? But that's what those jumbo loans were happening in. And unfortunately, I realized later on that I was become part of the problem when we were getting people things that they could not afford. So, and then the whole market crash and everything happened. So it was a hard time for me, but it gave me a lot of lessons and that I could bring it to the table right now, and then realize because that what we actually doing now with creative finance and how we can help people like with things like Subto and wraparound and mirror wraps and and more methods and hybrids and seller finance and all this kind of tactics that we use now. Like I see how we can help a lot of people in this community and other people who are outside of the community doesn't even know what these things exist, that we can approve them without banks, that people can invest without having to go with a bank. And there's so many other ways to do things, So I am grateful for this community and for like that event that happened to me before, I had to go through that lost everything, being from making all that money to being like close to $300,000 in debt, and to rebuild myself from the financial side and from the emotional side, and the mindset as well.
Wow. Shout out to Pace Morby, to the Subto community that he's put out together to get you out of your, I guess, the negative, that scar that you have, to be able to help you heal it and help you get past those scars, to learn from it and to grow from it. So, I mean, you went almost 12 years without doing real estate before you got back into it.
Yeah, that's what I told you. I got a scar and I was not like, I wanted to do that. I have an entrepreneurial mindset. So even when I moved to LA and I was working for corporation first, I was working for Getty Images, licensing images for the US Hispanic market. And so big entities and advertising agencies, banks, and things of that kind. Then I started to do my own things and I started to double into different situations and to different stuff. I also got into crypto. I'm a person who likes different things, right? So I started to having the dream of creating my own wealth for a while and create my own business. So I started different things. I started a photography business. I also started, like I told you, I doubled into Bitcoin when Bitcoin was like nothing, right? We're talking about 2015. I was organizing from some festivals, and I was, curator for doing some artistic installations and festivals and stuff like that. So I've been doing like so many different things, right? And going back to real estate, something that I realized that I wanted to do, I enjoyed when I used to do it, and then this community pays for me, and this community brought me back that desire to come back. Like there's all these courses and all these things that happen, but find a community like this one was very, very important for me. I don't think that I will have go back into the world of real estate the way I have right now, unless I find a community. And then through this community, I find my partner. I find Matt, who you interviewed in your podcast before, and you know him as well. Great guy, good heart. And that's what I like about this is, people are people everywhere for sure. You have to be careful. There's always, something there. But for the most part, you find people with a really kind heart, open to help, with the mentality about we all winning together rather than it's a competition. So this is something that I really, really like about this community. And I'm really glad to be part of it.
Yeah, Matt Starr was on here. He's a great human being. He's just got a good personality, and like you said earlier, he's a good salesman. But he cares about the person. That's what it is. He's not just selling like a car salesman. He's caring.
He is. He's a good, I mean, of faith. I'm not religious in particular, but we talk, and then it's a lot of things that we realize we align, and I may not follow that in the way that he does, but we actually align in many ways. So just it's very refreshing that we can do that. And I really respect it too. And that gave me a vote of confidence with him when I met him for the first time. And he's a person who cares, really, really does care. And I'm really glad that we became partners. It's been quite a journey, to be honest. And it's been an up and downs. It's been difficult. It's been long nights, early mornings. It's been stress, some things about like how we're gonna be able to do something here or there. But somehow we end up finding the support of the community and in finding the ways to like overcome the problems that we have. It's always, every transaction has its own things, right? I've been learning a lot. I mean, when we came to this together, Matt and I was a very, let's put it, green pea, like really barely knew anything about the creative real estate or creative finance. I knew some, I had done real estate, and it was over 10 years since I have like doubled back into it. So, and I realized like there's, and as Paige said it, all real estate agents like don't know anything about creative finance. So I was one of those for sure. So when Matt and I got together, and we met, I met with him through Zoom to a challenge, like people know now, like the No One Left Behind challenge, the Elephant challenge. It used to be one that they called the 18-minute challenge. And we met through that, and he was becoming one of the leaders in the community. I became part of his team. I started to make phone calls with him and everything. And when we went to Squatter Summit 2024, we met there, and that's when Owners Club was like funded and offered to the community. And I know I could not get into Owners Club without really knowing much what I was doing. But Matt had the experience, and he definitely is a very hard worker and everything. And just because I've been doing entrepreneurial things for close to a decade after I moved to LA, I was thinking and also like I was able to, our relationship became like I can invest in us and put us both into Owners Club. And then, and he has all the mechanics and everything that I work. So being with Matt has been a journey that has been a learning process, and it's been amazing. I feel very fortunate to do that. And we find each other in the community. We bring different things into the table, and now we've been for the second year in Owners Club. Things are ramping up. Even if at the beginning, the first year, things were showing that we have all the potential, there still took a while to really see things start sticking and start to create the momentum. We were still making deals, things were happening, but it took a moment. And literally just before we renew again our membership with Owners Club and going back to Squatter Summit 2025, is when big things start happening. And then after we came back is when we got this new deal that we able to pitch on DealMaker, which is like a Shark Tank for the community. And then we got even Pace, and they said that he was investing in our deal too. So we got a lot of momentum. We've been so grateful to be part of the community, and then in Owners Club, of course, which is not just like being there is great, but it's also a lot of responsibility, because now we have a lot of people looking up to us, who's reaching to us for the bird dogs and like connections or they want to wedge and all these things. So is a responsibility how to tell them like how we like to be approached, how is like we can actually do deals, and then whatever you're looking for is how they differentiate of other people. But they're just, some people are just sending whatever they find in the internet, and you that's okay, but nobody has the time to go through anything that people are giving you there. Just it's a way to. We've been trying to find a way to educate people to when they send us a deal, it's like do a minimum of research about how the deal is. If it's something that is a prospect, or you just pick up a deal that you just saw posted on the internet and send it to us, right? Because we can scrape information and things like that. But when somebody comes and look into it and at least make a phone call, find some interest, something like that, that's when we start to be able to, okay, so you put some time on it, there's something here, we can actually go in and get more from this situation, and we can make a deal from that and either wedge you into the deal or pay you a bird dog, right? So that's, like I said, it's kind of like a responsibility. It's also people looking up to
right.
us, what things are we doing. I'm sure that is happening to you too. People are want to know what is how they can bring you deals and how they can wedge or bird dog for you. And that was a learning curve for us, because all of a sudden the community started to come to us, and even if they knew that we exist, is the way that Pace post pitch it now and turn it around, and we know that was coming, but at the same time, it's like, okay, this is how it is, right? And that's how we deal with people, and I had to like be aware of like if people scheduling my calendar and how I can do it and accommodate the abilities for that. Because otherwise I was getting a lot of appointments, and I was thinking, well, okay, but there are different appointments. So these ones are for bird dogs and stuff like that. So I can designate some days, and people can get in my account, in my calendar now, and do it. And I know that it's not going to interrupt my workflow. But like I said, it's a learning curve.
It's like a good thing and a bad thing. It's hard to balance it. Pace has been pushing us with the Owners Club, and he's sending us people with bird dogs, and we have to have our systems and processes in place, which is super important to be able to manage our time and be effective and efficient with our time. And that's one thing I'm going through right now. So I got to figure out, probably going to do a recording to say, hey, have you check these boxes before you send me a deal?
Right, exactly. That's what I wanted to say when I was talking about that. Is I want you to check these boxes. So I know I'm not going to, be a waste of time for you or me about like this. It's like, I need you to at least have this for me ready. So, or found, so I know that we can actually take a deeper look and pass it to my underwriter or make a phone call, whatever it is that we're doing, right? But yes, it's a learning process. Like everything at the beginning, you get a little moment of okay, how we doing? Like you have to find out like how you are going to play with these things, but little by little is getting better, and I feel like we are getting a rhythm with it. So hopefully you too, and it's part of like one of the things that Pace teach us, like the calendar, like you say, like how to manage our calendar and do this, and how to create systems and procedures to do these kind of things is very important. And sometimes that's what I'm talking about. You like long nights and the early mornings that you have to like go beyond the regular things you do in your life. Yeah, and they create those systems and everything so you can save the time later. But right now, when you have to do it, then you have to put that time. And that's another thing. People also sometimes think the life of an entrepreneur is we want to go and do this so we can have more time. We can go to the beach. We can go to the vacation. We can have the time off whenever we want it. But it's the thing about the beginning. The beginning of this journey is a lot of work. Most of the time, who knows? Some people are a little more lucky than other ones. But definitely, I see. I mean, you want to really start and build a business, a company. I've seen it. For me, it's been a lot of work, and it's all about your mindset. It's all about you have to start to enjoy it too. You cannot be just work, right? For you, you really have to really like and get into these things and analyze the numbers and calling the people. There's something about it that you have to like, that you have to find that you are aligning with. And whatever is that, then you can find how you can be authentic about yourself and for whatever you're doing, and then find that line and can do it, right?
So much to unpack there. Let's go back to Squad Up 2024.
Yes, sir.
You were an agent?
I was an agent in 2027. So that was like, we're talking about 2000 ago. Okay. In 2007. So in 2005, and then I was doing great at the time. Then when everything happened in 2007, 8, and then I stopped being an agent. I wasn't an agent anymore. So when I started to go back into, and I never renewed my license. I'm still doing this. I just not went back into the traditional real estate. I don't think I don't have to do it. I have the necessity to do it. So for everything I have learned in the community, I realized like, no, just why I need the real estate license, right? So
right.
I've been doing the deals for over a year now with no need at all of the real estate license. So
in 2024, the Squad Up Summit, that's when you and Matt met in person. You had already met on Zoom, but you just hit it off right there that you went and put them a partnership with you into Owners Club, which is a big old step there because that is not a cheap thing to do, right?
It wasn't. We have met in Zoom. We were meeting pretty much almost every day.
Okay.
I was building a team. So for close to 2.5 months, we have see each other like on camera all the time, and making phone calls and kind of have like an open office, but in Zoom, it's like, you see each other making phone calls here, you meet the other one, and then that's what we were doing. And then when we needed an assistant or something, like you kind of wave or send a little signal or something, and then that's how it was, for a while. So yeah, and we were like growing. That there was a lot of people who were calling. Some people dropped, some people were as consistent, someone's more, someone's less.
Right.
But we met before Squad Up Summit once here in Los Angeles, because Matt lives in Los Angeles too. He lives far from me a little bit in the valley, so it's like 45 minutes from me. But still, there was somebody who was in our team who came past to LA, Chirac. So, and there were a couple of people who were signed up for being in the team that were in LA. And so we all decided to go to Santa Monica and meet one time. So we had dinner once. It was great to see each other. And then I didn't see him again until we went to Squad Up. And in Squad Up, we just went, even if we all went separately, we were trying to get, the team tried to get together. So we hang out a lot. So, I was getting there, or Mike was getting there, and we're saving each other's seats. We were sitting together. We keep talking. We get all pumped, because you know how it's Squad Up, it pumps you up, right? You're coming out of there just so hungry, The motivation is great. So, and then Pace Speech Owners Club, right? And we were like, okay, we need to be in there. Somehow I need to be in there. But I didn't, I saw myself I could be in there, but I think I was going to be lost in a way,
right.
Because I was going to feel I'm just being 3 months in the community. I'm just starting doing things. I barely understand it, and I'm going to jump into these. And then maybe will be a way that I'll have to find my way into it. But I was definitely thinking that was not maybe the smart solution. And Pace actually even said it. You haven't really quite make a couple deals or something. This is not maybe ready. You're maybe not ready for this, right? But then when he mentioned it and everything, I was thinking well, I can do it. I have some funds. I have some capital. I was thinking to invest in part of the things that I would do, because I do Subto, and I'm also in Gator. And I have I have some funds. I wanted to put the money to make money in some deals. And then I was thinking, well, maybe instead of investing in somebody's deals, I can invest in me, right?
Yourself.
And then myself, yeah. So and then bring that investment and bring Matt into the equation was I knew there's a person who is very capable for the relationship I already have. I really I knew it was a risk, because 3 months knowing someone, you never know. But still, I thought that there was definitely a future, and if we can put ourselves in the room with the big dogs, right, with the big players.
Oh, yeah.
We could actually, and we wanted to be there. So I said to him, hey, I can do this. What do you think about it? And he was like, you really will do that? I said yeah, I think I will. Just at this point, you will put more, I can put the capital, and you can put more the sweat equity. No, I'm not going to, no, I'm being passive, but I'm not going to have the same knowledge that you do. And I still don't. I don't speak like Matt does. And I'm not in the phones the way it does. My values come from other places. I mean, I'm not in these positions. I create relationships with other people. I help to raise capital, and then create connections. And then, from one of the things that we do, which is wrap homes. So we get homes, and one of the exits that we propose, and it's part of what we do by therate.com, is exit through mirror wraps. And we sell homes to Homestead buyers, the ones that most people in the community can move because they don't cash flow for the investors. These are the things that we specialize. So we, of course, are in markets where are more Hispanics. And that's kind of and one of my fortes. I can talk with Hispanics, people who have their own businesses, but they have a lot of cash flow in their business. The gardeners, the vertical constructions, they do have pool companies, they have car washes, things of that matter. And then they either, it's very into the Latino community. They don't trust the bank, so you literally keep the money under the absolutely, pretty much is I have seen it literally like that. Or people that actually they're also entrepreneurs, so they just if I go into right now try to apply for a loan, I will not get approved, even if I have the money, because I apply all the right. So, and to the eyes of a bank, Carlos, you make no money, you broke. And even Pace Morby said that himself. He's, and I don't really quite think so, but but yeah, it's hard. We don't show it on taxes, right? So we just I report all the losses I can. So to a bank, showed that I had 2 years of this kind of like gross income and all, and not just gross income, but like net income is something that a lot of people can do. And that happened a lot mostly in the Latino community. So I that's kind of my siding, and I connect with a lot of people who are in that kind of situation, but they're looking to invest into a home because they've been paying rent for 10 years, 12 years, 7 years. Last person we're helping 15 years in the same home, 15 years in the same home, paying the rent. When they move to the new place, what happened? They even get the return deposit back, barely, and then that's it. So 15 years that you could have been paying towards a home, and then making the loan lower and down for 15 years, plus those 15 years of appreciation. That's what's called the delta. That differentiation, as you're paying the loan down and as the house appreciate, that delta that you're creating is where you create wealth. And that's what I wanted to create and help people to understand that you can do that without a bank, that you can do that, and help people who don't have some way. They are somehow in what is called, we call it the penalty box. Like, and the banks are like, put the people in penalty boxes because they don't have the taxes, they don't have the proof of income here, they have different situations that they can not approve. We come to the rescue. we come with the solution. And actually something that helps a lot of people, help the seller and help the agent who's trying to sell the house, and help or if somebody is an investor and somebody have the house and needs to like move it and be able to like do that. We help the investor, we help that family, we help a lot of people in the process. Something that I this is close to heart for me. Also being Latino, I'm from Colombia. I live in Los Angeles and everything, but as where I'm from Colombia. I'm native from there. And even if I love this country and I've been here since 2001, so there's 24 years that I live in the US, coming close to be half of my life now. I do have my heart with the Latinos, and I understand what it takes. I have going through anything. I come to this country with almost anything, and I build myself up and I lost it, and I build myself up and I lost it twice. Oh, wow. It's quite a story there too. And I'm doing it again, every time with more wisdom, more knowledge. And then, definitely that's why I came back to real estate. I wanted to create I want to have a family with my wife. We like been married for 2 years. We are working on that, and we want to have something that we can leave to our kids.
Fantastic. So we'll talk about RAPS a little bit. So RAPS is the way you pick up properties, your inventory that you're getting is by helping out sellers, either foreclosure, people that are moving, and these properties don't have very much equity. So when an agent's trying to sell it, they're trying to get a price, but that price is too high for the market because other properties in the area are selling for less. You'll go in, Matt and your team will go in, pick up the property, taking over the mortgage, subject to, or the Subto community. And then even though it won't cash flow, by what we mean it won't cash flow is on a long-term rental. When you're renting on a long-term rental, you want to try to have $400 or $500 cash flow to help put that money towards future repairs. And when you buy properties that don't have much equity, it's hard to get it at that, or the market just doesn't. So you'll pick those properties up and then you'll resell it to somebody that doesn't qualify for a conventional mortgage and probably do a little bit more interest rate, but it's still a better interest rate than what you can get on the market. Is that right? Or is it about
it most likely depends. We also have to qualify the people and see what is the risk that we have with them, right? But it's pretty much what you're saying. You hit the nail on the head. We do that. We do all that process when we get the homes from people who like were not able to sell it because the market is telling no to the price they're trying to sell, and they're usually trying to sell the house at that price because they probably put almost no down, or they have some kind of situation, something where they just need that number, right? So we can get closer to that number, but we want the terms, like you said. So we want to get whatever interest rate they were getting before, and then through that interest rate that they got, when we wrap it, let's say somebody got a 4.2%, we get the house and sell it again for around 6.5, right? So just right there under what is a premium interest rate for somebody who has an excellent credit score and have all the things to qualify. So somebody who doesn't have the paperwork, the W-2, the taxes, anything that you need in order to the credit score, anything that is required, we can get them approved with something that is that will be a premium rate.
That's fantastic.
That's great. One way with that, we make our money right there. And so it's the service that we provide. Also, since you mentioned when people actually in our community are getting homes and they are like getting them and then long-term rent the properties and things like that, it's been a lot of people use some kind of private money private money lender, right? And this is the other thing, like you said, people get like a cash flowing of 400. Let's say they actually get something really good, like they get $600 to $700 in cash flow. That's fantastic. But if you got a $40,000 to $50,000 loan from someone, that's not enough to like put money in the war chest, keep the things going, make a cash flow, pay your lender. You may pay them for interest only, right? You can only cover the interest only to a lender. When our proposition, we do, since we do this, we do similar, but we also borrow money from private money lenders. When we wrap the property, we get the down that we get from the homestead buyer, from the person who's going to live in the property, and that money we use it to pay our lender first. So we pay our lender, get the lenders pay and out of the picture, so we don't have to keep recycling lenders and as a buy and hold. We get the lender pay, and then our money is mostly made in the low spread that we make. So it's not much at the beginning. It's kind of like when you when you're doing the long-term rental, but instead of like we are the landlords, we are the loan lords, if you will. We actually if there's something happening in the house to the person we sell it, if the toilet goes wrong, if the shower, something happened, I mean, it's their home and it's their thing. They have to take care of it, right? You don't call the bank if you buy a home and then the toilet break. You don't call the bank. The bank's like, that's your home, right? So that's the position we put ourselves in. So we helping the people, but also in that way, we don't have to go through those headaches. We give the opportunity to have own home ownership. We educate them about that, which is another part of the things that we do. We want to let them know when you buy a home, you're gonna take responsibility of those things. So remember, there's not when you were like renting that if the toilet breaks, you fix it, right? That is all your things, but also you getting the equity. You're getting the tax depreciation. You're getting all those kind of things. So there's a lot of benefits from having the home. We educate them about it because we want people to like, they don't like, oh yeah, I get the home and how old now I have to pay, I don't know, like, well, usually people pay the services, but, and we actually give them the payment, including the PITI, the payment, insurance, taxes, and interest all in one. So they know what they need to afford, but they also need to understand they need to repair. If the house needs to be repaired, painted, or something break, they will have to take care of it, right? At one point. That's something that we don't have to do as lenders. We just need the difference.
A landlord.
A landlord, yeah.
I like that. Landlord. That's very good. And that's a great thing that you're doing. It's amazing. It's a win-win because you're not taking advantage of them, giving them a 10%, 12% interest rate.
No.
You're giving it 6.5%, which is less than what I get. I just did a DSCR loan and it's 7.5%. So you're getting it 6.5% to people that the regular bank wouldn't qualify, and then they become owners of it. Dude, that's amazing. Helping out sellers. You guys make a little bit up with the 2%. You're helping out private money lenders, PML, private money lenders. If you guys have money, you want to partner up with us, hey, drop a comment below and I'll get you connected with Carlos and Matt, and you can see the wonderful things they are doing.
Thank you.
So do y'all use a servicing company currently when you do those wraps?
Yeah, we definitely use a servicing company. What is the name? I kind of is escaping my mind right now.
So just a certified servicing company. And what that is basically is the money that comes in, it goes to the servicing company and they manage the records, the payouts to pay the original mortgage. If the original seller has a payout and then HOA and any other, so the money goes centralized and then gets spread out from there. Absolutely. So that way everybody's protected and there's records of payments instead of it going to you and then doing what you're not supposed to do with that money.
Yeah, and we are trying to actually build on the researching that because we want to be able to, like, people when they make their payments, we wanted to help them with their credit. So we wanted to help them. We're trying to build a way that we can, when they do the payment, it gets reported. So kind of you can. I know you can do it like with rent. You can actually create an account that is rent report. But we actually wanted to see if we can actually do it as like they paying for a mortgage. So one way or another, we're trying to to make that this payment that they're making counts towards their credit.
That's a good idea. If somebody's watching this and you have a way to help us out with that, drop a comment, reach out to us so we can do that and help people that are taking care of a house that was somebody else's problem, but now giving them a solution to help them build their credit to, it's going to help out the economy in general.
Yeah. Absolutely, because this person making the payment, the other person who were not in the house anymore is good. They having a payment now. It's happening for them, so their credit hopefully stays good or it recovers if they were not able to keep their payment before. But this new person is taking over and doing these payments. We wanted to that actually reflects in their credits too. So this is a model that we are building right now, and I know we can do it as renters for now, but we wanted to like give them more. That it shows a little more strong in the credit report as something that they show us that they paying a mortgage, not necessarily like a rent because they actually paying the house. But once again, that's more of a legal things, and we just figuring out how that can happen. But still on research. Stay tuned.
Yeah,
or
that's good.
Help us.
Yeah, man, that's good that you're trying to help people out with that. You could just leave it alone and not do anything, but you're actually taking the initiative to help out more people. So that's awesome, man. I praise you. Dude, you're doing wonderful things. I mean, the opportunity that you gave Matt spoke up at this last Squad Up Summit about last year. He's scraped up a bunch of money just to get to there. And then you offer him the opportunity to join with you and to join the Owners Club, which is just a crazy subscription price that you got to put in there, depending where your mindset's at. It is not something that you can just do to click, and for you guys to grow and you to partner up with somebody that you know is different than you, which is major when you're building a team, to not pick up just another visionary, but somebody that's different, that does things differently than you do to help elevate and scale your business, dude. Freaking fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much. Yeah. I mean, it's like, like I was telling you, when I was seeing I'm going to bet this money or in other people deals or something like that to get some ROI. But when I saw that this is like, the ROI of the investment into something like this towards me and somebody that I was working with, and I believe that we can build something together, was a no-brainer. Still was like, you get nervous at the beginning, and it still was like, like 60 grand to get into that. And so it was a little bit leap of faith at the same time, but I also like trust in my God, like what I was feeling, what we were doing, what I was capable of, and what I see that the person that I want to do this was capable of. And I was seeing him in action, doing the things that he was doing. And, you've seen Matt in action, so he doesn't disappoint. He's quite a guy. So like, I just thought, like that's an opportunity right here. If anything, I'm glad that I was able to do that. I think that Matt deserved that. And if anything, I'm glad that we're doing this together. He's a fantastic human being, great partner, a good friend, great negotiator, and a person like with a great soul. So like we're doing this together. We want to help people in the community, people outside the community. It's is whatever you put your heart, your sweat, and your mind into. I think like it's like it's an art. Right? Everything is. I think the art is everything in life. Like my life is being very influenced by arts, and it's something that is in me. I love painting, photography, and sculpting and things like that. That's part of my past when I grew up in Colombia, and that's what I thought that I was gonna do. But when I realized in my life, it's like didn't have to be something like what people all understand as art, as usual. Like I said, photography or painting. Art is whatever you actually put your mind, soul. You put your in your sweat. You're like working on something. You put your heart into that, and you put in your intellect on that. In something you can be making pools, and if you do that, you can make pools like art. You can cut hair like art. You can be a gardener and make an art out of that, right? So why not make real estate a canvas and and do art with it? And so I think that the creative real estate gives that kind of space, right? It's so much. It's not as rigid as what we thought it was in the conventional real estate, but it's something where you kind of find solutions for you can find the win for everyone. And it's not about like just making a deal where I'm gonna take advantage on someone and just I don't care whatever is the result for the other people. It's something where you can find how I can help you, but I still like you for that. We can help you. I can help myself, and I can even help somebody else as I pass this to somebody, to an end user. It's powerful, it's inspiring, and something that I'm glad that I'm doing.
Very insightful, man. Very good point of view with the art. And you can be an artist in so many different mediums, right? So that's amazing. So Matt is your caller essentially your closer. What part of the business are you handling currently?
Like I was talking before, I'm more in the dispo side. So like talking with Hispanics, finding the homestead buyers. I also do. Well, Matt and I we split the roles, hiring the people and rolling it into our team. You know, we get people from the community. But actually, by starting this week, as we're starting two new roles that actually are going to be pay. You know, they're gonna have they're gonna have a salary for in our company, which is a huge thing for us because everybody is been working with us for commissions. And you know, as great it is because you can grow with that as much as you want. It's also like, you know, we have a lot of people who come and go because that is some people want to build their own thing. Some people just don't have the stamina, let's put it that way, to like stay on the phones and be proactive and keep doing the things. And we understand. So we encourage. We have been able to bring, I don't know, close to 18 people since I'm with Matt together to do their first deal, and not just the first deal. Some people stay with us and make more, and you know, and so on. But that's been very gratifying for us. But we are bringing right now somebody in the social media role who's going to help us to create more
content. Yeah.
More content, yeah, and be like, we're gonna create the content and just be able to edit it and put it out there so we can be seen more, create more credibility, and people understand what we do and how we do it. There's that, and then getting somebody on the dispo side, which is gonna help me on the selling the homes and find homestead buyers. So found people from Latino America that I speak English and Spanish because I wanted to find somebody like that, and I got a new hire on that. So that's very exciting. That's things that are happening for us right now. We're actually also starting a meetup here in Los Angeles, where I am right now. So if you're in Los Angeles and in the community, you can start. We're gonna start this meetup. It's gonna be every Tuesday, and starting tomorrow. So tomorrow, May 13th. And every Tuesday. So it's gonna be something that is huge for us. We want to have people see them in person and do like power hours. We're going to educate them. We're going to have guests in the meetup. We're bringing people to teach. We're gonna work with people together, and you know, network, of course, and all that. So that's another thing that I'm doing right now. I'm kind of like creating marketing and doing and start to like do what is going to be our guests and kind of things of that matter for us. And we're not scheduling, let's put it that way. So bringing awareness, that is so many things that we have on the table right now.
That's awesome. You got
a
plan going. Making some momentum. You're going to be doing the weekly meetup. That's going to be time intensive, but that's fantastic.
Yeah, but we are for it. We are for it. Yes. The hardest part, I think, is like the drive for me right now because it's a lot closer to where Matt is. With the venue we find and everything is it's Matt, me, also Casey and Terry Savage. They also
they're wonderful people.
They're wonderful people, and they're also in the Owners Club. So we put in this. Between 4 Owners Club members in putting this meetup together, and we want to have something for the community, which is a lot of the community, as a lot of percentage of the community are in the Bay and in Los Angeles, so in this area, and we wanted they have the opportunity to like get together and build momentum together, learn from one another, learn with us. You know, we want to bring this idea of the community, like not just on the Zooms, but also in person. I think that is something about getting together and gather that is important. I mean, you feel how amazing it was when we were at the Squad Up or when we went to the Golden Ticket or things like that. Have that kind of electricity, let's put it that way, the energy that you get when you're in person. We're going to have, like I said, speakers. We're going to train people. We're going to make phone calls. We're gonna, every week we will have a different thing. So once a month is gonna be a speaker, a presentation that we want to have people inviting from the community, big people, like big players, big dog. Let's put it that way. But
And it's not just for experienced people, is it?
No. And we want to bring like not just people from the community, people who are outside the community. We want to bring realtors. We want to bring investors. We want to bring a lot of people who they commingle and they will all learn from each other and they can help each other and then find how they can do deals together, right?
Awesome.
That's the idea.
That's the biggest thing. It's not just about doing the how to do something, but the who to do something is very important. Find your who can help you out with that. Speaking of team, so you have this card that you gave out at Squad Up Summit by the rates. So this card it's got the little QR code right on the back to help out, to work with you, right? To join your team. So can you see it? Sell with us, buy with us, invest with us. Yeah.
So you can scan it. That is a way we'll bring you to a form that you can just collaborate, work with us, sell with us, buy with us, invest with us. So there's many different things. Yeah, I'm glad that you have it. Yeah.
Yeah, I shared a bit. I went to meet up and I sent a picture to Matt. I go, hey, look, I sent out a couple of referrals your way. So hopefully they go to your way. So you don't have to have money to work with them. If you have time to call, he's happy to teach you that. What other type of people could you use that can help you with your team?
We're always looking for lenders who would like to invest into our deals so we can stabilize the properties that we actually want to wrap. We want because we source our own deals, but we also sometimes get deals from other people. So it's always good to have lenders who want to invest with us. And like I said, when our model that we can actually pay them off and get them off at the deal. We always kind of forecast 6 months, but probably between 3 to 4 months is something that is likely that they will stay in the deal and. Then we can pay it off with the amount from the money down from the homestead buyer. We're looking for closers. We're looking people who wants to or have homes that they put into contract that they just not they need help to dispo. We do that. We want people who wants to make phone calls and learn and understand how these kind of processes work. And definitely we want another closer. We want to find another closer. And maybe we'll not start as a closer at once, but we want people who want to be a closer, that they have the mindset, the capability, and the knowledge to grow with us and be trained by Matt and get some sales training and bring them into that kind of position. So that is what comes to mind. I mean, when people scan that, they can go into form and contact with us and see that we definitely are growing and need people. Here is the biggest resource that we can, anybody and any company can have, people who can do things from accounting to, we have already a TC, but it's things are growing. So we're probably going to need another TC soon. Yeah.
Transactional coordinator.
Yes.
So do you find your paperwork when you're going to close your deals?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
If you weren't able to scan it, I will put the link below. So you'll be able to fill out the form and have a conversation with Matt and with Carlos on how you can work for the team. If you're not sure what you can do, what you can offer, just reach out. They'll speak to you. I think you'll have a video explaining the culture of the company that will give them an idea. So don't feel like you're wasting people's time. You might be exactly what they need. They might be exactly what you need. So just don't be afraid to try.
Absolutely. We have an onboarding process where the first thing is kind of let them know about you and then we can start to bring you into that. And most of the time we're bringing people onto the phones first, but so they can understand the base of what we do. And then that's so far as we've been doing it. And then we move them into different positions. Some people become the system, as another one, an underwriter, and other people the TC and so on, right? But as we go in, we're going to have those things more defined. We're going to hire directly to some positions. We still want people to understand how our business works from the beginning. So we want to go and onboard into the phones first. And even if it's some people don't want to make the phone calls, and I understand it could be discouraging sometime or deal with rejection sometimes. It's actually a great exercise. I recommend it to anyone, no matter what you do, to get into the phones and call someone. Because if you can do that, then you can do anything. After you're able to do that, you're realize anything you do, and if you become better at doing this and things become easier, or you, whatever it is this route that you're going, you understand that like you did this, you understand how everything works from the beginning, and then like whatever other things that you're doing, it will be easier because you went for the hard thing at the beginning.
Very good point. I think it's important for people to understand how things work on the company that they're working with, or even the services they go and buy. Like you go to a restaurant and you have a waiter there, and you don't realize that they're a human being as well, and they might have a difficult customer before. So it's good to know more about the process of everything in the system.
Yes, sir.
And then you don't need people 40 hours a week, right? They can work smaller amount of times.
Absolutely. We love that. Like if somebody will have all the time will be like ideal, right? But most people have already, like, of course, some kind of W-2 or something they're working on. So we understand that. We can work around it. If you have a couple hours a week or sometimes during the weekend, because we call agents, and agents are also available Saturday and Sunday. So it's totally fine. That's something that's totally okay with us. We want people to have, some kind of like disponibility, but is fine. Also depends on what it is that you maybe have a strength that is not necessarily on the phones, and we met you and then we realize, hey, you probably could be better for us doing accounting. I don't know. And then probably we don't need that. You bring that much time. We just, so it depends. So reach out and we can figure it out from there.
Fantastic. So we did skip a good portion of your beginnings. What got you into entrepreneur? Did you start entrepreneur when you were in Colombia? Did you do it in the States?
I think I did a lot of things since I was a kid. Like I always have, like, when I was in Colombia, everything that I have, like was in vacation, like in school, like I was going to work with my mom at the office, or my uncle had a printing office, like kind of like Kinko's or something like that, not as big as modern at that time, but it was, we're like making copies and color copies and things like that. So I used to work in that. So at one point, I think my first real entrepreneurial thing was when I was in the university. I was studying, but my girlfriend at the time, which is the reason that I moved to the United States, she was here in the States. She moved first year to study, and I was finishing my college over there, so I could not come with her. But we had a long distance relationship for a year, and then but in the first 6 months, she when she was there, I wanted her to come back and visit me. So I opened a Christmas store business, and where I was living in the house, and kind of like imagine to have like a garage sale, but like open, every day, that I kind of have like I have set up a store and everything, and I get in consignment about a lot of things from people that I knew, and made clothing and candles and cards and stuff like that. So it was Christmas time, so I put all that, and it ended up working out. I made it like I make a little concession from the consignment from those articles, and I make a little spread on each thing, and then after Christmas and everything, everybody got whatever that doesn't sold back, and they get paid for whatever they did, and I make enough money to bring my girlfriend to Colombia. So I paid for her ticket, which it was some money at the time, So and I kind of got like the bug of like, oh, I can do this, and I can sell things, and I can have my own business kind of like idea in mind. So then later on, when I moved to the States, I started doing many different things, right? First, I was my starts were very humble, because when I moved to the States, I didn't speak English, so I couldn't find jobs, right, in many places. And I, because I just couldn't speak English. I just knew colors, numbers, kind of like things that you learn in school, and I was not paying too much attention to that. It wasn't my plan to move to the States at the beginning, for some reason. I was going to Europe. My ideas was different, but and I wanted to like learn French, and that's when I wanted to go when I went to France. But anyway, woman, I met this woman, my relationship. She moved here, and I was like, okay, I move up. I'm going here. I'm going after her. And so, yeah, I started to coach kids soccer. I used to, play soccer, so I started to coach kids, and I created a thing called Kids Love Soccer, and um, I was getting kids of all different ages and started to train them in the park and things like that. I mean, I did a lot of things. I got I get to learn English actually with the kids, mostly because kids are great correcting you and telling you like, hey, like what, say this again or something, or just say it this way. They're perfect.
They have no filters.
They have no filters, so that definitely helps. And then I started getting into sales because after a while I was working in selling cars, and then I started real estate after a while. But then mostly when I was doing real estate is when I realized I wanted to have my own thing, because even if I was working under a brokerage, I was like having my own time and doing things mostly on my own. So I realized I want to do that. So after a while, when everything went south, and I start back and I moved to LA, and I work for getting images for a while. But after after I stopped working with getting images because they outsourced my job to Colombia, actually. And I understand why. There's a lot of people there who are capable, and also it was like, for the money exchanges that's expensive, right? So anyway, I realized I wanted to start different things. So I started a photography company. I started like double into different things, import textiles from Colombia, and then I started to double into different things, and I like realized that I could make money getting products and selling to other people, and just being like the person in the middle and have my own brand, my own thing, put my own my name into these products and everything, and it realized that this was the way for me. I wanted to do it, but I also realized that it was not giving me what I can get now from real estate, which is like I didn't feel like quite like I could help. I could make money, but also I could help people, communities. I was not feeling like I was making a difference, at least. So that's what I love about working in real estate, because I think that I am making a difference here. Building things for community, for families. It's way more exciting than what I've been doing. I mean, I'm still doing my other businesses, but I definitely, it's way more exciting than anything else, and I'm very, very fortunate that I'm actually doing it right now. I feel like the luckiest man in the world, doing these things, doing deals, helping people to get into homes, and meeting people like you and others to like, they also have this kind of mindset, and they want to create a difference, and make deals in the process, and then just gather and get together and do these kind of deals.
Helping people out is such a good feeling when you're successful and helping them out, and they're grateful about it. It's such a good feeling.
Yeah, it is. Hopefully I'm not speaking. I speak so fast sometimes, and I know I do, and I just realized I've been yapping for like an hour. Hopefully people are going to understand me. I go like,
I did that too, because the sales and commissions, when I worked I sell computers and sell cell phones. So you talk really fast and try to sell stuff to try to close, so you can hurry up and get to the next one. So no worries. I'll slow it down a little bit, bring it up to about 90% to make it more. But yeah, YouTube lets you do that too, so it'll be okay.
I just realized that. I also speak fast all the time, and in Spanish, I really have to think about it. It's like just.
Yeah, Spanish people talk really fast. I'm like, what? Yeah. And I can speak it, but sometimes they're another level. What advice do you have for somebody that wants to get started on being an entrepreneur?
Oh, what advice? Well, I think that the most important thing is that when you realize what is your why, and your why probably is a who, because usually it's something like who, and who could be not just one individual, who could be a community. But when you realize that why and what is a who, just have it as clear as possible, and visualize yourself in who you why, how you want to impact that who, and what you mean that what you want to be in that process, right? Because motivation, and like at the beginning when we start any kind of like business or getting in Subto or everything is like, whoa, you're excited and all that, but that excitement can get lost after a while, after a couple of tries and errors. So you have to find a strong reason why you want to keep doing this. And it is important to stay the course, pretty much. You're going to find this little high, and then probably will be a moment that you'll find a dip. And that dip is where most people stay and then end up starting another thing or doing something else and never keep going and cross the dip. If you start something and going into the dip, and the dip will happen, you have to have that clear, that who and the why. And if you stay on that long enough, it is almost inevitable that you will start to be successful. You start to find results. You start to see the change. But only after you keep doing it. And at the beginning, you don't see it. It's kind of like take a little tiny step, 1 feet from the other one every day. Maybe you don't see that in the first 3 days. You only literally put one in 3 days. You take 3 steps. That's not much. But if you do, after you take 30, 90, 180, 1,000, right? You really see how much distance. And also the more that you do it, you start off a little step. They'll start to be like maybe bigger steps, even jumps. At one point, you find something that moves you, a motorcycle or something that moves you across even farther in the same spot at this time. But it's start with a step. Start with a step. Start with that. So focus on their why. Focus on and stay consistent.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you for your time. We have to go. I'll drop your social media in the comments below so people can find you, and we'll revisit this another time. Maybe you'll start a podcast and I'll be able to join and talk to you.
I would love that. Yeah. Because I would like to do that. And you're inspiring, by the way, doing this. And I really honored to be here again. But I will love that. Definitely when this happen, because I want to do that. I appreciate it. You are inspiring. I really love this. And I'm very happy to be your guest. And you'll be one of my guests.
Awesome. Let's work together.
I would love that. Edgar, have a good one. Bye, everyone. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Catch this next podcast where you can start your dreams and start to own your time the way these other guests have.